Hey, what's going on with you, baby? It's me, Miss B, and it is a Wednesday night. It is time to get it on and get it in. Tonight on Raw Talk Live, we're going to be talking about the ups and downs, the ins and dating when you are over 50. All right, here we go. It's time for Raw Talk Live. Hey, baby, it's that time. What's going on, girlfriend Peggy? How you doing? It's showtime.
Showtime, it's showtime. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Queen. I see you got all of your regal tonight.
Yes, this is my gypsy look.
I love the gypsy look. We love the queen gypsy look. Let me tell you something. You need to do videos. You need to do a class on wraps.
It's tall. Yeah, this is a dress.
That's a dress on your head?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Strapless.
A strapless dress?
Strapless, stretchy dress, yes. Basic long black dress.
A long black dress.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That is amazing how you do that. That is amazing. And I'm telling you, it can be a dress, it can be a blouse, it can be a skirt.
Right.
It doesn't matter to Peggy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as it works for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's got to have some scratchiness in it. You got to be able to kind of pull and work with it. That hard, stiff material is harder to work with, but you can. Yeah, you can. But it's just
so
easier.
A nice stretchy knit is what you say works best.
Yeah, polyester blend or something with some stretch and give in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get the wrapping, and then because every time you do it, it's something different. It's never the
every
same.
time you do it, it turn out to be a different creation. You just gotta, like I say, know how to kind of roll with it and angle it a little bit, and just kind of, like I say, make it where you feel comfortable with it.
Okay. And then there's the adornment, I don't know too many people who do that, but you always have some sort of special adornment on the head wrap as well. You don't just ever do a basic head wrap. So what is your adornment tonight? What is that?
It's a choker. It's a necklace.
Okay. So you use necklaces, you'll use a belt, you use a brooch.
Right. And possibly earrings sometime. Sometimes I may put an earring, clip it in here, or clip it in the back somewhere, just clip it in different places around, And I imagine you probably could use the the gold and silver things that you put on the braids and you clamp them in on braids.
Oh, okay.
You probably could do that too in different places around it if you want, you could be creative.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Just be creative. Stick some earrings up there if you want to.
Listen, you got them beat on the doggone creativity. Shoshona is in the house. Hey, baby, we love you. Yes. What part of the world are you in, Shoshona? She says we look fabulous.
Thank you.
She says your head wrap is fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed it is. And let me tell you something. Shoshona is the queen of changing hairdos. I've never seen anybody who can be so diverse with her hair. She says she's in Orlando. She said, "Oh, Orlando, you're going to grace Orlando with your presence."
Right,
how nice.
Happy to see her in the building. Tell her to stick around. We're going to need her input.
Yeah, we most certainly do need your input tonight, Shoshona, for sure. She has been a guest on with us before, and so we know about how much good information she has on tonight's topic. But Shoshona, answer this question for me. Do you and your husband put a globe on the table and spin it around, and then wherever you stick your finger and it stops? Is that where you go? Because every weekend they are in a different city. I can barely keep up. I I don't know. How do
Right.
you choose where you're going to go?
Right.
And, sometimes they fly, sometimes they're in their RV, but she's laughing. Listen, she is so modest.
Mm-hmm.
She is
That's
so
a
modest,
fabulous
but
lifestyle. Yeah.
but just a fabulous lifestyle with a wonderful man that she's
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, and I tried the online a little bit. Everybody say don't knock it till you try it. Give it a try, give it a try. Well, I kind of gave it a try, but I don't really like it. I mean, you just look at so many people and you're hitting swipe left, and then do you really want to contact? And you say one little something to the person, they say something back. I don't follow through. I wait 3 or 4 days. They tell you to answer within 24 hours. I don't do. Then I get to thinking, do I really want to? If we get to the point where he want to meet and go out, do I really, really want to get dressed and meet and go out? And then I think about it, and I'm like, that's a lot of work. I'm a lazy dater. I don't know if I want to do all that. I don't want to go on 4, 5, 6 dates with multiple guys. I don't.
Well, it certainly takes an effort. Shoshona says that they just Google vacation groups. Okay, well, listen, they got it going on now. Shoshona was an expert. I think she could probably write a ebook on how to date online.
Online, yeah.
That's So listen, Shoshona, if you're not going to do a blog or something about travel, then perhaps the ebook on online dating would be the thing. And Angel is in the building. She says she loves your head wrap.
That's Angela Bowman. Of
No, that's
Angela.
Angel. It's
Oh,
Angel.
Angel.
It's not Angel. So, and you
Okay,
know what?
okay.
Honestly, angel, I said a lady, but an angel could be a man
The
too.
man of
So
people.
I can't
Somebody in the
tell by the
picture.
Facebook. I can't tell by the profile picture.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay.
you
Well, thanks
know,
for being in a what you call virtual digital building, or this for being in the building.
yeah. Shoshona says online is harder if you're lazy.
Yeah, really, yeah, because I guess it is because either one of them I don't want to really do. So
Yeah, she says you have to be ready to meet after you start texting back and forth.
uh-huh.
You have to
I
be,
don't get
and
that
that's
part.
yeah. And that's what we're talking about being ready. First of all, you have to have the time,
Mentally
and
ready too.
you have to be mentally ready. You have to have the mindset for dating, knowing that if you're going to do it online, you have to put yourself out there and then be ready to talk to multiple people simultaneously in a timely fashion
Mm-hmm. And
so
then,
that you
like you
can make a
say,
decision about what you want to do.
yeah, then you have to be ready to move. You have to be ready to go out there and meet them in a public place somewhere to see if you have an actual connection. Because like you say, a lot of times you could talk with somebody and laugh and talk and have good vibes and the conversation sounds good on the phone, but then when you get in front of the person, not so good.
Not so good.
Yeah. So you
Because
have to
what
have
is
a good
their
person.
what is their overall appearance like? You can really like somebody a lot on the phone, but then their overall appearance might not appeal to you. They the way they carry themselves, or present themselves is not appealing or exciting or sexy to you, or they might stink.
Yeah, the way they talk, pronunciation, vernacular, the slang that they use, it may be a turnoff, it may be irritating, it may be, like you say, not so sexy, not so good to want to listen to all the time. It could be irritating and annoying. Um, then
And see, and I didn't even think about homework. Shoshona says you have to be ready with questions. You have to be ready to inquire, and you can't be. I would imagine you can't be afraid about what you're going to ask. Because there are things that you need to know in order to decide whether or not you want to continue on. Like if a person is 50, you want to know. I want to know if you have children, and if so, how old are they? Because if you've got a 5-year-old, I might have to pass.
Me too. And do you want to have more children? And
well, you ain't going to ask nobody over 50 if they want to have more children. Don't come to me and ask me that.
No, you got some men out there that's still looking to have babies at 50.
Yeah, but if they're still looking to have babies at 50, they're not going to engage with you online because you're already saying that you're over 50.
And no babies coming here.
Right. So I would think a man who is looking for a woman and wants to have children.
A younger woman, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for a younger woman. He wouldn't talk. He wouldn't engage.
Well, there's some women that's having children at 40 and 45 and sliding in there. Maybe I had an aunt that slid in with a baby. She was well into. Should have been all her children were grown when she had this last little baby.
How old was she?
She was like 52, 54.
When she had a baby?
Had a baby. She went back and had a baby. Yes.
Yes. Well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's a few rare cases.
She did that on purpose?
It's not the rule. No, it was a mistake.
Oh, well, see, that doesn't count. See, that doesn't. She didn't mean to do that. I'm talking about somebody with the intention of having a baby. But a menopause mistake. She wasn't. She got caught in between the change.
She got caught up in between the change, and
she got caught up because she didn't use protection.
Yeah, she was with her husband for 45 years already. I mean, they wasn't using no protection.
Oh, she got pregnant from her husband.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that don't count. Yeah, we're talking about meeting somebody brand new.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I'm saying is, women still at their age can still conceive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We know it can happen. They just don't want it to. I would hope. Derek says
what you were saying with the, if you have children and how old they are. Like you say, we are expecting, people of our age, 50s, 55, whatever, going into 60. We're expecting for you to say, yeah, I got 3, I got 4, I got 5 adult children. But when you say I got a 7, a 9, and a 4-year-old, then you're like, oh, that's Disney. That's going to the theme parks, the water parks, the movies watching the kiddie movies at the theater. I'm not into that. I don't want to do that.
Let me tell you what that is. That's dealing with a baby mama. So you'll never have this man's full attention because he got to deal with a or multiple baby mamas. She ain't doing that. Derek says you got to meet their representative. I don't know exactly what he means by that.
And you meet somebody that's the representative, I think, and then you meet the real them later on down the line. They say the rep, and you do see this well put together, nice, guy got it going on, blah blah blah. But as time go on, you start to see that real him come out. Then you're seeing the real true person and not the representative.
Okay, I got you now, Derek. Shoshona says even the way they cut their steak might turn you off. You ain't never lied, girl.
Their what?
She said, even the way they cut their steak might turn you off.
Ooh.
You know what she say? Like when you, any kind of little thing they do,
Listen, if they annoying you on the first date with more than about two things that annoy you, take a pass. Just pass them on by because he's not the person for you. Because you know what? In time, it's just gonna get more annoying and more annoying and more annoying, and you're gonna be like, "Why did I do this?"
That's right. Cynthia's in the building.
Hey,
Cynthia's giving a shout out to all the Raw Talkers in the building tonight. Yeah, girl, a oops baby. Ain't nobody got time for no oops baby.
yeah, they happening. Yes.
Yes, Willie, that's exactly what it means, that we cannot have a child. We're not doing that. Not having it.
And we don't want to babysit and run to the theme parks and play auntie or whoever we are. You know, they call the uncle the men.
Mm-mm.
We don't want to be auntie Peggy and auntie Ms.B and all that stuff. We don't want to play auntie with the children. We have our own grandchildren that we get to see and spend time with. That's kind of like almost enough.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
huh?
What? I said, hey, what's going on, 2K? Somebody clap. Not 2K. That's you, 2K.
2K, we still got that queen taking out that garbage. He retired from that.
He just came in from taking out the trash.
Oh.
He ain't got that woman taking out the trash.
Yeah.
But no, ain't nobody having no baby and paying no $1,200 a month to have no daycare. Get here. So that would be a sign to me that I can't be bothered with this man, because all of his money and time is going to be wrapped up taking care of those little children. So when you're talking about dating, you got to be ready financially, and the woman has to be ready financially too,
as well. Yeah, she had to be able to hold her home. Exactly. I mean, like I say, she may not be rolling in tons and tons of dough and may not make as much money as he does. And oftentimes they say a man doesn't care about how much money a woman makes. He really just wants to know that you're able to hold your own, pretty much. And I think they know what they really want to do or don't want to do as far as helps, is concerned. They'll step in and do what they feel like they want to do or need to do when it's time. I say, but you need to be able to at least hold your own. So,
yeah. You certainly have to do that and be prepared to pay for dinner if it's necessary. And you're going on a date. I think usually the woman expects for the man to pick up the tab, but I'm not opposed to splitting it if it makes if that we can make sure that you ain't expecting nothing from me because you bought me dinner, because you can't get no coochie for no dinner. That's not happening.
No.
As Cynthia says, exactly what does hold your own when both are committed? Well, we're not talking about committed people. We're talking about the dating game. So when you're dating, you have to come to the table prepared to hold your own, prepared to present yourself in a particular way, prepared to get to the dating location, prepared to pay for your own food if necessary, if that's what you want to do, not if you don't, but you have to be prepared. And how are you prepared emotionally? Have you taken the time to heal from other situations?
Yeah, from previous hurts and situations. Yeah. How much time has lapsed since the last relationship,
And those are all pertinent questions, but I think those are the questions that you have to first ask yourself. Am I really healed? Am I ready to step out there, and open up myself to be transparent with someone else, transparent enough to get that in return, so I'll know who it is I'm dealing with. Cynthia says it should be hold us down. I'm not sure what she means by that. Are you saying that?
Ahead of just dating. I think she jumping ahead of just dating. We just talking about getting to the dating phase because, like I said, when I meet somebody now, I want to know that you're not catching Ubers, and you're not riding a bicycle and living at Uncle Johnny's house for the last 5 or 6 years because you're not ready. You're not making the progress where you need to be financially. You're not really strong enough. It doesn't seem like you're really holding your own to have a woman because, like we said, if we get back into the finances, in order to date, male or female, you need to be able to get yourself together, put yourself together. That costs. You need to
It
put gas
does.
in to get to the date. That costs. It's going time. Your time and energy. Time is money. So you spinning and you doing and you moving your wheels. So it takes money to do that. For the male and for the female.
Yes, it does.
For the male and the female. So yeah, I don't want to get into, not that it matters what kind of car you drive. That may not matter to me. I don't care what kind of car you drive. Again, like I said, that's not what's important to me. What kind of shoes you got on your feet is not really that important. But you need to be stable. You need to be
Yeah.
somebody where you're taking care of yourself.
But I would have to say that you say the shoes are not important or the car isn't important, but we do judge people based on that. You can't. I don't. I would say that people judge you all the time based on that, and which is crazy because you can have on fancy shoes and drive a fancy car and not have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You know. But initially, that initial impression is made with those things, with how a person is dressed. Come on now, Peggy. Come on now. Come on now.
That goes again, that goes back to the mask that men wear, the makeup that women wear. We adorn ourselves with the men with nice suits and jewelry and fancy watches and nice alligator shoes and stuff. But like you say, they could be driving a car and they could be nice and fancy, but then you find out that's his uncle car. That's a borrowed car. That's a rental car. It's not even his own car. So you can't get caught up on what he's driving because you don't really know for sure on date 1 or 2 that it's his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cynthia says game is game and healing doesn't matter.
Healing doesn't matter in what kind of way? Elaborate. What you mean healing doesn't matter?
She said game is game. But to me, healing does matter, because if you are hurt and you're going to come into the game, she said, if it's game, why does it matter? It's game. Well,
is she saying game, GAME?
Yes. That dating is a game.
We say game, but we don't mean it. I don't literally mean it's a game. When we say getting into the dating game, to me, that's just a slang word for getting into the process of dating.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that's dating, I don't take dating as a joke or as a game. Relationships, I don't take as a game. I don't think most people do because you're playing with my heart. You see what I'm saying? So when I throw my heart out there or I say I'm giving you my heart, then it's not a game. It's not a joke when it gets hurt or broken. So, we say dating game, but yeah.
It's just the art of doing it. And if you get out there dating, but you haven't healed from the last relationship, then you bring things into the situation that can be a turn off. For another person, because you got an attitude, or as soon as they do something that reminds you of the other person, now you're triggered. And that's because you haven't taken the time to heal and get over that. Hey, Brandy, what's going on? She talk about them alligator shoes.
Who's that?
That's Brandy. That's my radio partner, Brandy Shannon. Always always in the building, huh?
She said they gotta have them alligator shoes on. She
said no, like, well, okay then. If you want to talk about alligator shoes, well, all right then. All right. So maybe they're not alligator shoes. Maybe they like our friend Leonard, maybe they got Louis Vuitton shoes.
And
I
Prada
don't know.
and
And Prada
Versace.
shoes, other fancy Gucci shoes and all like that. Whatever they are, they're fancy. Cynthia says, say what you mean. That's why men don't understand us now.
She said we talking about my jumbo. Hey, you
You
got to be
know,
able to keep up, Cynthia. Yeah, read between the
yeah,
lines.
I don't know. I thought I was saying what I meant. Maybe I was. She says, "Who will care? Only when you are ready to commit is when a person comes out of the game of dating multiple people."
Mm.
But most dating experts recommend that you date multiple people because dating is dating. Dating is not sexing. Dating
Right.
is gathering data, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and working on learning a person, taking the time to see them in a lot of different situations and give them a chance to
Mm-hmm.
reveal their true selves. And you take the time to do that, and you can do that with more than one person at a time because you're dating. You are not in a relationship. You're not committed to anything except finding who you want to be exclusive with. And once
Hopefully they
you
want you.
and hopefully they want you because that's what they're looking for. And so you do that until you narrow it down and say, okay, and now I'm down to one person, and that's who I'm going to date. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she I don't know. She thinks we're crazy. She said she's an expert. Um,
Expert.
um,
Okay.
Yeah, Cynthia says I'm expert. If I dated, no other expert can speak for another
Mm.
person.
Okay.
Um, well, I guess the experts offer advice, I suppose, based on their experience. But a lot of counselors they suggest that you date multiple people. Of course, that choice is yours to make. If you want to date multiple people simultaneously or not. But like girlfriend Peggy said, that's going to take double, triple the time because it takes a lot of time just to date one person. So how do you know when you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when you're
And
ready?
back to the baggage. Yeah, healing is so important because if, like you said, if you're not healed, if you haven't gotten over that break that's in your heart, and you're not ready to let the guard down, how can you expect to find love if you still have those walls up and you're so guarded and you're so walking on eggshells about everything a person does and says that you're ready to jump on them or cut them off because like you say, it's something that triggers them or reminds them of something.
Mhm.
You're bringing in that baggage from that last relationship. You're going to be constantly talking about it. You're going to be constantly bringing that person up. Nobody,
Comparing.
yeah, constantly comparing. Nobody can measure up, or nobody can, you know, it's just a mess. You got to give yourself time to get over past situations in order to move on.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
you
not
got
judge everybody
to.
based on that. And not paint with the broad brush, that all men are one thing. Or Cynthia says that all she is saying is that if I'm only interested in dating but not committing, then
Mm.
it begins when the decision becomes which it is one wants to do.
But Cynthia,
Yeah.
actually, Cynthia like just to date one guy, talk to him for a couple of weeks, a couple of months to see if she feeling him, and then if that don't work out, she'll end that conversation and cut it off with him, and then she'll move on to talking and dealing and talking and talking and talking with somebody else until she feel like she meet the right one. So she don't like talking to two or three guys at one time. I think I understand what she's saying.
Yeah, and I get that, and you know, and that's cool.
And it's
That's a
cool.
decision
Yeah.
that you make when you start the dating process. You
Right.
know, how am I going to do this? What am I looking for? Am I looking for a committed relationship? Am I looking to get married? Or am I looking just for a friend or a companion, somebody? So what is your purpose for dating? And then what would be your deal breakers? Brandy Shannon says, you're right, Ms.B, because dating doesn't mean that you have to sleep with them. You're getting
Right.
to know them and will decide if they will be a friend or maybe we have something here. But dating can be fun if you're not expecting much other than getting to know that person. And
Right.
then it's cool that way.
Hmm. And what's wrong with putting guys get so upset and so up in the air when they feel like they've been friend zoned? What's wrong with being friend zone? Because friend zone is saying, hey, I'm not willing to date you or take it any further or have sex with you, but I think you cool people and we can vibe together from time to time. And you never know. A lot of friends end up years down the line, they end up coming back to coming together and getting married. And they say, hey, he was my best friend for 7, 8 years, and then they end up getting married or something. So being put in the friend zone is not a bad thing. It just means she's not really down for having sex and being committed to you right now. And
Right.
I said that's not a bad thing.
Yep. Cynthia
And
says you were correct on your other comment, your analyzation of where she was coming from. You were right on
oh,
that.
okay,
Hmm.
okay, yes, okay.
And she
And see,
also said it's an individual decision.
right, it's no cookie cutter solution to dating, and we're not trying to say the experts are right. We're not trying to say we right. You right, who right? No, there's no right or wrong. I mean, everybody is open to do whatever they feel is necessary. There's no right way to do it, no wrong way to do it. I guess, as long as you
Right.
get the end results, I guess that's what matters.
That's right. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. And she says the friend zone should be accepted respectfully.
Respectfully, right? For men and women, I'd rather for you to let me know I'm in the friend zone. I'm
Exactly.
cool with that.
Don't you right. You ain't
Don't
gotta
string
ghost
me along. Yeah.
them. Listen, I met a lady a few months ago, and she said that her current husband is somebody who had been a friend, a close friend, and in the friend zone for years. He watched her go through 3 or 4 different relationships that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then finally, she realized that based on the type of friend he had been to her, that he was really the man for her all along. And she
Yeah.
said now she wouldn't trade him for all the tea in China. Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
mm,
You've been right there
so,
all the time. Uh-huh. So yeah, don't
mhm.
men don't get upset. Don't get upset about being put in the friend zone because, like you say, men can find a woman to sleep with a dime a dozen. You
Yes,
looking for that jewel. You looking for somebody who is special that you know you can't run through, who you know you can't run game on. You know who's going to be sincere, and like you say, you can watch her from afar, but close enough to see and hear what it is that she's really all about. So you're really in a good position to get to know her without her knowing that you're getting to know her.
yes.
Yeah,
You
because
know, I
you
think you made a good point
exactly
about that because when you're in the friend zone, she feels more free to be real with you.
right. She's comfortable.
Because she's not trying to impress you or any of those kind of things. You get to see the real raw deal when you're in
Right.
the friend zone.
Exactly, because I have guy friends and they know me. I talk crap with them. I talk about whoever when I'm dating one particular guy. They know who it is I'm dating. I'm talking crap about them. They know how I talk about them. What I'm be real with them. They can analyze and see whatever it is they need to see to say, hey, she got some valid points, or she full of shit, or whatever it is that they feel. They know that's me. Okay, that's me. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna tolerate it. I'm not gonna deal with it, or I am or I'm gonna go back and forth with you until I get tired. Whatever, it's just cool.
It's just cool.
It's cool.
Sim says that if a man is wise, he will study his woman.
before she's saying he was if he was a man would study his woman before she really becomes his woman. I think she mean while you're dating, he gonna be studying her and checking her out before he makes her his woman
Yes. Yeah,
becomes
she says,
committed
"Oh, at least they should do it." Yeah, and they should, and that goes,
both ways.
that yeah, that goes both ways. But I tell you, although I have friends who have been very successful with the online dating thing, I I just I can't do it.
Well, just let's get let's talk about the physical a little bit in dating. Because I
Okay.
was saying on some of the profiles, these guys have listed they are into all types of sports. They bodybuilders, first of all. They're very serious about their health. They want somebody who's equally as concerned about their health and that is physically fit and in shape that can get out there and jog with them and run a mile or play basketball or go fishing or skiing or snorkeling or hiking. They want somebody that can hang with them. They want somebody that's physically fit. And it take a lot to move up and down these airports. I tell you, girlfriend, you do it a lot. You jumping in and off of planes, on and off of planes. You jogging. You telling me you had to run from this terminal, make it down to that terminal, like O.J. Simpson with two bags on your arm, and you just jump hurdles. You gotta be physically fit to get out there and hang with the person that you're trying to hang with. You a dancer, you like to dance. I mean, you're not
Mhm.
dancing one record and sitting down. I'm doing 3 minutes on a record, maybe, and I'm standing close to my table. I ain't trying to venture too far because I may have to. Come on, help me back to the picture. But you dancing, 2, 3, 4 records straight, back to back to back. And the men looking for women who can hang on the dance floor like that. So
I
yeah,
guess
I have to
are
say
they?
that yeah, they are.
Okay. Well, hello, I'm over here.
They are.
Good,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
evening. Yeah. Cynthia says that she studies men. They are such beautiful people.
they are, aren't they? And our
They
black
are.
men are just some of the most
Oh,
scrumptious, umdiddlyumptious creatures
wonderful.
ever
Ever.
made. Ever. I
Ever.
love a black man. I love me some brothers. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
They just
definitely.
that's just the flavor for me. That's just the flavor for me.
Yep, I'm with you when you're
You
right.
know,
Cynthia says yummy. It's just
yum.
yummy. Just
Yeah,
yummy. Yummy. And I'm with you when you're right, girlfriend. That's for sure.
they are.
Well,
Yes,
they are. It's certainly my preference.
my preference as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
love a black man. The blacker, the
yes.
better.
And then,
Uh,
yeah, are women, are you open? Are you ready to date outside your race? Or, because, you have men of all your different races and ethnicities approaching you. Are you willing to go out with somebody outside your race? I mean, you have to know these things up front. A lot of times, might say to Ms.B, certain guy might have, been DMing me or hitting me up or whatever. But, she's like, well, why you
oh,
want to date
okay. We got a
outside
little.
your race? She says, I don't know if you can still hear me. But yeah, do you want to just stick to what your preference is, or are you willing to date outside your race? You know, get a little curious, or are you waiting or excited and just waiting for opportunity to be outside your race, to date outside your race? You got to think about all those things and know which direction you want to go when the opportunity presents itself.
Yes, Cynthia says she says I can't date outside of my race. She says she got too many hangups.
Okay. And you have to know these things. You need to know that up
You
front.
do. You absolutely do. Um, I've never dated outside of my race, not dating. Not with any kind of serious intention. I might have some people slide through, but it wasn't dating. It was not that. And so my preference is for my preference is a black man. Um, he could be Latino too.
Mm.
Um, he could. Yeah, he could, but that's not usually what happens for me. I don't usually travel in a circle enough to make that happen. And in doing the online dating thing, I would, I'd probably skip over them, or a mixture, like half African American and half Puerto Rican, or some other kind of island thing. And I'm not really an I don't really do the island men thing, like Jamaican, Haitian, Trinidad. Um, they're black men, but they have a completely different mindset and culture than we do. I need somebody who knows what was on the radio in 1980. you know,
I could do a little spicy island man. I was married to a Dominican, and my first husband of 14 years, we were together 14, married for 12. He was from Dominica, so but Africans, I found myself, I talked to one or two Africans just in a talking sense, and I don't mesh with them. I don't vibe with them. I don't like the two that I talked to. I didn't like their attitudes, their vibes. They were kind of pompous to me. Kind of tried to look down on you. It just wasn't good for me, and I don't think I like African men too much.
yeah, no, I'm
I
not.
have a lot of them trying to jump in my DM, and it's just, I don't really respond well.
No can do.
Always.
I dated an African man one time, and it was okay.
Mm.
Cynthia, it's just like, it was okay. Initially, it was pretty good, and then, eventually it's just like, no, I really can't do this. Cynthia says that she is still friends with a guy who is outside of her race. She allowed him to taste some. She allowed him She allowed him to taste some black juice, but it was never able to go any further than that. And they just developed a great friendship. Weren't you nice? That's Cynthia.
Yeah,
She's,
that was
she's
nice,
so
Cynthia.
kind.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, give it to him, Cynthia. Um,
Okay.
uh, Brady talking about, tell me about the Jamaican man. Listen, listen. Prior to marriage, there have been a couple of Jamaican men. The Jamaican men are real special.
The Jamaican men, the one that I had tried to talk to, I'm gonna be honest, and I was young. I had to run away from that man. I'm sorry. He was working with some tools that I knew I couldn't handle. I was way in over my head. I think I was like 23, something like that. No,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't happening. I ran like the hell. Like
Yep, because you
whatever
knew if
stuff
you
was
kept doing
happening.
that, you were gonna be ruined.
Ruined. I was like, no way under God's green earth am I gonna let you touch me, sir. I was
Mm-mm.
too young, too pretty, too fine, too all of that. No, you wasn't gonna mess me up. I couldn't do it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Mm. No, it's
Yeah,
just like you and that anaconda has to go
ain't going
somewhere else, because you're
not
not gonna
happening.
tear up my insides.
Don't take all that. It doesn't take all that. No, ma'am.
Ah, ah!
Ooh,
Oh, most
some
definitely.
women love
And
it. They can have it, but I'm not the
hey,
girl for you. I'm not the one for that.
hey, I'm with you when you're right. I'm
Mm,
with you when you're right. So, you have to decide all of those things about what you're going to do when it comes to dating. And so I still don't know. I think I'm just waiting. I'm in like a holding pattern. Because I know I don't like the online thing. And then I've met some people going out, and they piss me off more than the people online. Like,
mm,
somebody who you meet at the club, or, that type of thing. Um, and listen, I know it's not like that all the time for everybody. I'm just saying, that had been my personal experience.
right.
It, that they approach you and they're not ready to do anything other than bed you. They have, that's their primary motive. And if your motive is to have more of a relationship than ship, then that's not going to work. You're not going to ever mesh, you know
Mm,
uh, yeah. And you know what else too? Now, you said the men that you've seen online, they were really fine. They're fit, they're, bodybuilders and all that kind of stuff. But I see a bunch of trash come through there too. And who have not taken care of themselves. They haven't taken care of their body, they haven't taken care of their teeth. They don't have a good presentation, and they don't have anywhere nice to take you to. So if he wanted to prepare dinner for you, eventually at his place, they might not even have a nice place to stay. All of those things are things you have to have. I had a girlfriend who just went out on a date, and this man has nothing. What are you doing trying to date? They went out to the restaurant, and he picked an expensive restaurant. He didn't realize that it was expensive, and he didn't understand what the little tiny numbers meant. Or, off to the side, he didn't understand that everything was a la carte. None of those kind of things. When the check came, he looked at it and froze. She had to pick up the whole check. And,
mm,
so now you got a check that's, well over $100, $150 or whatever. And he said, I'll leave the tip. And he pulled out $7 cash out of his pocket. She said, please put that away. Please put that away. It's all right. So he was somebody who had and never worked anywhere, had never put into Social Security, who didn't have any money, who said that he was going to have to work until the day he died because he didn't have a pension. He wasn't going to have Social Security. He doesn't have anything coming from the service or nothing like that. And he just, he's on the grind every day, and has nothing to show for it. Barely has a car that gets him from one point to another, and where he lives would be substandard for a woman of her caliber. So
right,
what are you doing online trying to date?
right.
Get the
Yeah.
hell out of here. She met him online. She
Oh,
met him online. Cynthia says, where did she meet him? She met him online. And so, sometimes you have to do an interview, that is
and they
that's
don't
good
like
enough
that.
to help you avoid those things.
They don't like. They feel like there's 21 questions, but that's the whole idea. It's supposed to be 21 questions because I have things that I want to know, and you have things that you need to know. And if I don't ask you right away, if we don't get these things discussed and talked about, then when? Like we can't linger, and then certain things you're gonna say that's gonna let me know that you're not the guy for me, and vice versa. And
Yes.
another key trigger thing that really, kind of make me go left, Miss B, is when they want to soon as they talk, and then they're ready to come down here, they want to come for a visit, or either they want to know when you come into their city or their town. I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
Listen, I'm not going anywhere out of my doggone comfort zone.
I don't understand.
I need to be where I can hurry up and get back home.
In my car. I don't want to drive. I don't want to. I'm not flying off to Texas, Arizona, nowhere. I'm not California, New York, wherever. Where I gotta fly and be inconvenienced, and then when the hurricane come through or something happen, I'm the one that's put out inconvenience on layovers, hanging out, trying to scramble to. I'm not doing all that traveling. I'm not doing
it. Hi, Shirley says my girlfriend needs to set up a screener and a gatekeeper before she goes out on a date. Yeah, it's just like let me interview him.
Yeah, they need to. That's what it is. It's an informal interview. I don't know why these guys get so upset about that.
You know, Cynthia is cracking up, but yeah, you have to ask him all kind of questions. You know, you know, you have to ask him about his financial situation, and hey, Ray Marine in the building. He says, sounds like that brother had a champagne mind on a beer wallet. I think he had it on a water wallet. Yeah. Listen, he had a good thought, but if you can't pay for your thoughts, then you need to stay home and stop fronting, because he didn't have enough money to take his own self out to dinner. So if you don't have that, then you don't make that proposal. Don't propose that we do this if you ain't got it, you know, because let me tell you that don't nothing dry up a coochie. My coochie will dry up like the Sahara Desert with somebody who I go out with and they order up a bunch of food and drink and whatnot that they can't pay for. What?
Another thing and turn off is like, can you pick me up? Can I pick you up? What? No.
No, I cannot. So Willie Starr says, so a brother that's down in life shouldn't try to find love. That's right, Willie.
He can try to find it and he just might find it, but it most likely probably won't be with me or girlfriend Ms.B and probably 50,000 other women out there or more.
You know, because listen, and when you're 50 something, you know, 55, 60 years old, and you're talking about you don't have anything to show for your whole life, how are you going to bring a woman into the picture? And what is it exactly you want to do with her? Get out of town.
And I'm all for it. I've dated guys I won't say guys. I have been in one relationship with a guy I met. And he was down on his luck. He had left Jacksonville and moved here to Orlando. They started over. He was at the Salvation Army. He started working. He got into a house where he was paying his own room, had his own. So I'm not saying that I would look down on a man like that or would not ever give him a chance, because I've done it. But because I've done it, I don't want to do it again. Been there, done that. He had a bicycle. He had to start from scratch to help him get a car. You know, told him where to get a car. I had knew a friend that was selling a car. I said, hey, he got a car. You can get it for X amount of dollars, save your money. You can come get this car. I tell him to hold it. That type of thing. When I say help him get a car, I didn't use my money to help him pay for it. But anyway, and he started to get himself together. He had a good job, stable job. He was saving his money. He was doing his thing. He was growing as a person. And I liked him. I loved him. I was in love with the guy. I really did care for him. He was a great guy. But he had been a former drug abuser, addict. You know, I guess addict would be the right word. And so he was going through a lot of changes. So it's not to say that I'm snubbing my nose or I'm saying I'm too good for that but I've been there, done that, and that's why I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, you did it enough to know that it didn't work for you. Ray Marie, say let's be fair in the dialogue. You have some sisters that are fronting. Tell it, Ray. They don't have anything to show either, and they are just looking for the come up.
Yeah, that's true. You're
And
absolutely right.
that's absolutely true.
Absolutely
They're
correct.
Yep. And they're fronting in a lot of areas.
Mhm.
They're fronting with a lot. And they're looking for the knight in shining armor to come in and swoop down and save the day. When
Yes.
really it, she has to have something to bring to the table. It's some kind of quality, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money,
Right.
but there's got to be something there to offer. Some intellect, some talent, some ability. uh you, you know mm,
Vision. She got to be able to say, hey, you're doing this. I can see how you could do this way, do do this way, and you can start doing this, and then do this, and you can see yourself, you know, building and growing with a person, because the guy have some potential but may not necessarily have the know-how and the ideas and the how to actually put it into effect to make it go, to make it work. And she has the inner workings of that she can bring to the table and say, hey, this little thing you give me, I'm going to shine it up, clean it up, I'm going to multiply it, blow on it, and then we're going to take this two and it's become three, and then we're going to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
yes,
women
yes.
have that. They have that, they have that computer smartness. They have the connects. They have, the jobs. They know how to get things done. That men, a lot of times, some men, uh, blue
Just
collar
don't
workers,
know how to do.
that savvy and that know how to do that. And the right woman bringing that to the table could help him get the come up that he needs.
Exactly.
So she
Exactly.
coming to
And
the
you
table
can't be
with
opposed to that. Shirley says, "What? Salvation Army? Run from him. Don't date nobody who's at the Salvation Army."
something.
Ray says they looking for Captain Slaver Hole. Oops, too strong verbiage. No, we know that saying, and you're right. They're looking for somebody to come in and do everything that they never did for themselves, and that's not appealing.
That's not
That's
good.
not sexy. That is
Right.
not that's not relationship material, and that's commitment material, and that's not wife material, if that's what you're looking for. But Peggy, I love what you said, that sometimes you can take a man that's that's trying, that's doing an average kind of thing, and she can help him go to the next level. Like say for example, he might have a business. um he might have a business. Say, for example, it's mowing lawns. So
Yeah,
he's
lawn
got,
services.
he's got a lawn service, but he's a one man or a two-man operation. And
Operation.
you can say, hey, baby, you work and do this, and we'll save some money, or my credit is right. I can help buy more equipment, and you hire more people, and
For him
I'll
to get
work
his
on
yard
getting
clean.
the
Yeah.
customers while you're out there doing the actual work. When she can bring that kind of energy to the table, that can
Right.
make for a wonderful partnership. you
Right.
know so this man
Right.
who's only making $30,000 a year mowing lawns or whatever, you can help him grow his business and go to the next level.
Right. Hey, you know how to cut down trees? You know how to do some tree trimming? Because that's another avenue of income that you can add in. You know how to landscape? Okay, I'm good with the eye and the visual. I can help you with this landscaping, and we can do that. Little stone work or different pressure washing. You just start building
Adding
some things, adding
service,
some things
adding
in there. Yeah,
services,
being
and
able to do
expanding your
multiple things.
business.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah.
It's a
Cynthia
lot of
says
brothers brothers out there that have these barbecue trucks and that's cooking and don't have the right woman by their side that can help them polish and clean it up and get it just right so the presentation is better, so that they are doing things. You know who I'm and what I'm talking about, girlfriend. Yes. So you have a idea, you got a good product, but it's not quite where it need to be. You need some help in some areas.
yeah,
And a
you
lot
sure
of
do.
times, Queen will bring that to the table for you, help you just get that thing on lifted up off the ground, polished and smooth and running right, and books being calculated, and all that kind of good razzmatazz.
Right, somebody who knows how to take the money and multiply it. That,
Right.
that
Mm-hmm.
that kind of value from a woman, she might not have it, but if you can bring
Right.
it in, she can
She know what to
multiply
do
it.
with it. Right.
She knows what to do
Exactly.
with it.
Right.
Cynthia says a lot of women are already their own knight in shining armor, and that's a good point. When you're too independent and you too much like a man, are you? Is that attractive to a man? You already your own right, then what does he need you for? Ray says that if they have nothing at age 50, they obviously don't know how to strategize and make things happen. How is she going to help me? At age 50, there are some basic things that need to already be in place. I don't need help with the lawn service. I need you to make some moves outside of me. So for Ray, he said that this woman needs to have some things in place that she's doing. He's going to be running his at 50 or 55. His act needs to already be together, and then she needs to have her thing that she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come together based on that. He doesn't need your help. He just needs for you to be able to handle your business.
Presumably so.
Yes.
But we were
Cynthia
speaking
says,
about it's so many boss women out there that's handling their own and that are independent and have to act together and don't need a man. That's a given. We weren't speaking to those women. We were talking about the women who don't have things together, who are fronting like they got it together. They can be dressed up and broken in a joke, just like some of those men that show up with the suits on and stuff like that. What does she have to bring to the table? That's what we're speaking on. So
yes.
yeah, at age 50, everybody should have a little something together and a little something to bring to the table.
Yes, most definitely. And so I think Ray is saying I was on point about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. This is good. Cynthia says on the real, true, a woman can enhance a man. And if it's a partnership, you enhance one
You
another.
enhance each other. You enhance each other. Yes. That's what the whole thing is. What can we do once we get together that's going to help us bring things together and build things up? Because we want to be in a better position than we are alone. Once we get with you, we want things to go where we're going to both go on in an upward motion and where we're going to making things so much better.
You know what? I like that point. I really do. I think that's a good point that, in the coming together, there should be, an elevation.
Right.
We both might be, here,
Okay.
but when we come together, we can get way up here.
Right, because if I'm gonna do bad, like the old saying say, I can do bad all by myself, and I can do bad all by myself. I don't need nobody to help me starve. Meaning that I may be on the struggle, but I'm eating and I'm surviving, I'm sustaining, I'm keeping a roof over my head. Now, if you're gonna come into the picture and you're gonna take away from that, and now I got to take care of you, and I got to hold you up, and I got to build you up, and I got to push you out, and you want to sit around and play video games all day long. That's not gonna work. So,
Your
like I said,
old ass better not come up in here talking about playing no dadgum video game. I know that
I know
crap.
that too. At 50 or 60 and watching cartoons and all that foolishness, I'm like, I don't like a man that watch cartoons.
How did we get there?
I don't know how we got there, but I know that it's some older men. They like watching cartoons. He liked watching a cartoon or two. And I don't watch no cartoons. That's so, that's for the grandchildren. Play it off at least like you watching it because the grandchildren watch it, but you want to sit there and watch it by yourself, no grandchildren nowhere around.
No, and no,
Right.
thank you.
Right.
No, thank you. So, in summary, both people need to have something to bring to the table. You need to
Something.
consider when you're going to start dating, do you have the time? Are you willing to put in the time to date? Do you have the money it takes to date successfully? Are you in good enough shape to date? Cynthia says she loves the cartoons. First she says good night, she leaving, she going to bed or whatever. Now she, oh wait a minute, I love the cartoons. And see, that's great. That would work for you, Cynthia. Y'all can watch cartoons together on Saturday morning, just like you did when you were a little kid.
Right.
You know? We enjoy you so much, Cynthia, and everybody. Shoshona and Shirley and Ray Marine, Willie Starr, everybody who was in the building with us tonight. Brandy Shannon. Derek, all of you. Your input is priceless. It is priceless. It means everything to us. And so that's a good thing. But yeah, there's a lot of it was a repeat, I clicked on a repeat comment. She was saying, tell me about the Jamaican man child. I'm gonna have to call you on the phone and talk about that. But yeah, so all of those things make a difference. Making sure that you have the time, number one, making sure that your money is in order, making sure that you have the right mindset, that you are emotionally prepared to engage with someone else. And so what are some other things? Oh, and physically healthy and fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you're available too. You ain't all you're not married.
Living with somebody. Got 2 or 3 other women that call me their husband. Yeah. They boo. I don't want to date. I don't want to date a man and he already got 3 women. That's my boo. That's my boo, because we don't know how deep that boo run.
Right.
That boo is like a river. It can run real deep.
It can.
You don't know if you just surface level boo, or y'all deep boos, or y'all deep way back, go back way back boos. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I should be the only one. Like I say, when you call me sweetheart, how many other people you calling sweetheart? I mean, is that code for? I don't know. I want my own sweet pet name. I don't want to be called the same thing 6 other women being called.
Hello, and thank you very much. And I think it's interesting. I know you had told me one time that you have a question that you ask a man, and you always ask him, is there anybody else who would, how do you put it, would get upset if they saw you with me? Or is there anybody in your life who would take offense to you being with me?
Yeah, is that gonna rub somebody the wrong way? Is it, like I say, do you live with somebody? Do you have somebody that think that you're their man? You may not feel like y'all in a relationship, but she may feel like you guys are in a relationship. Like I say, that could be your bestie or your girlfriend that call you her play husband or whatever it is. But then when she see you out with somebody, then it's a problem. Like I thought you said,
we can't have none of that.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's bring me into drama. I don't want to know that you got, you all tangled up and tied up like that. That's just too much. Like I say, I'll probably pass.
Well, we're going to pass tonight and see you next Wednesday, 9:00 on Raw Talk Live. Join us, of course, on Facebook at Raw Talk and on YouTube at Real as Women Raw Talk. Girlfriend Peggy, it's been real.
Yes, it has.
Okay. All right, Queen of Law. And thanks again, Raw Talkers, for being in the building with us and for your participation tonight. We look forward.
Love you.
Yes, much love to you. We look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. I'm Ms.B. Love you, baby.